Hey guys, it's Yana and welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I have a makeup look for you and I wanted to teach you guys some tips on how you can make your eyeshadow look a lot better. My technique's not perfect, but this is definitely some things that you can take from this and use it into your own routine. So now I'm going to be putting my social medias on the screen. You can follow me on Instagram at Yana Beauty with 2 underscores. My Snapchat is Ayana_Noel and my Twitter is savage_intent. So I hope you like this video and let's go. So starting with a fresh face, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows first, and I use the e.l.f. hydrating primer, and I'm going to start by putting that all over my face. And I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony to shape them up. Now my eyebrows are very sparse. They're thick, but they're very sparse. There's not a lot of shape in them, so I kind of have to create my own shape. So what I do is I like to brush them in the direction I want them going in, and then I continue with the pomade starting at the top, and I just trace the shape that I want, and I just like to make sure both sides are even. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of brow hairs towards the end, so I like to mostly shape up the ends with the pomade. I really don't mess with the front because I like that ombre effect that it gives. But yeah. So a small tip for those who really want to get into colorful eyeshadows and really making those eyeshadows pop, you want to use a brighter concealer. Now these concealers are my favorite of all time, the LA Pro Girl concealers. They're very affordable and they're very good for darker skin. So I use the color Warm Honey underneath my brows whenever I'm using a lot of color, just to make the colors pop a lot more. For eyeshadows today, I'm going to be using the NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This palette is really good and affordable if you don't have much money. And for a more expensive range, I'm going to be using the Morphe James Charles palette. I don't really watch James Charles like I used to, but I do like this palette. I had been waiting on it for a while, so I do use it pretty frequently. So I'm going to be taking this nice little purple color, and I'm going to be packing that in the crease in this kind of half circle formation. The technique that I use, I like to pack it down first and then use the leftover product to blend the edges out. So that's what you can see me doing now. I'm just blending out the edges, making sure that it's no harsh lines. So then I'm going to take these two colors. One is more of a red orange. The other one is more of a brighter orange. And I'm going to mix them together actually just so they can pop out more. And I'm going to mix that into the purpley color right above where I had just placed it. So next I'm going to go into the NYX palette. I'm going to take this darker yellow color and I'm going to blend that right next to the brow just to give that nice little gradient effect, and it'll add more definition to the eye look. So the next color I added was this blue shade from the James Charles palette, and I'm going to be using that to put it on my lids. Now I didn't get it on film, but I put a little bit more concealer on top of my lids just to make the blue pop a little bit more. And I just went around the edges of the concealer and I made sure to pack all the blue down. Then I took just a tiny bit of the purple from earlier and I just blended it into the blue just to create a more gradient effect. I'm going to show you guys what each side looks like. One side is not blended and the other side is. Then I go back in with the blue just to, make sure it still stands out and pops on top of the other colors. So now I'm going to take Chestnut in the Pro Concealers, and I'm going to go ahead and do my under eye concealing. Some people like to put on foundation first, but I believe that this, for my skin, makes it all look even and not so cakey. So yeah, I like to do my concealer first. I go with under my eyes, on my nose, just a little on my forehead, and also on my chin. So the next product I'm pulling out is my foundation. It's the Matte Made CoverGirl foundation. It's supposed to be full coverage, and I do find that to be true. It's in the color, I think, D27. I could be wrong about that, but yes, it is a drugstore brand, so it is pretty affordable, and I've been liking it so far. So the way I blend my foundation, I like to start from the bottom and then blend it up into the concealer, just so it has a nice little gradient. And there you can see it right there. And then I'm going to take the Luxury Baking Powder from Revolution, or Makeup Revolution, and I think it's in the color Banana, and I'm going to blend it into the concealer. I don't like to bake with this powder because it does tend to leave a little bit of flashback, not too bad, but it's actually a great powder. So I just like to take a little bit, put it underneath my eyes, and then kind of blend it out into the skin. So after I finish setting my entire face, I then go in and continue my eye makeup by applying some of that purple underneath my eyes. I think this adds a lot of definition to the look, and if you try it, I bet you it will make your look a whole lot different. So this is the fun part of the tutorial. I decided to add a pop of pink in the inner corner. I remember seeing this done by I think Kylie Jenner. I'm not going to say she was first, but she did make a trend by doing this. So I decided to include it in this look because I thought the colors would go well together. I didn't add lashes to this look because I am on a lash break right now, but I will be wearing lashes coming up in my next few videos, so stay tuned for that. So I used a pink lip afterwards, and then the look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for my next one. Make sure you go back to the beginning and follow all of my social medias, and I love you. See you in the next one. This must be love.